Alrighty, YouTube, we're back. So, welcome, my fellow Milsurp aficionados. We're gonna get this thing apart and see what is under the wood line. There's obviously a lot of rust here. I've made a steam chamber that I can put the barrel in, and I'm gonna boil these parts. So let's get it apart and see what it looks like, and see what happens here. Get these two plates off of the sight first. It's always good to get a good gunsmithing screwdriver set so that you can find the right bit that fits each one of these screws so that you can get a good bite. I think that one's just a little too thick. Use this guy. Good. And we're going to scrub these down, all these parts, with some mineral spirits and a nylon brush. That screw. Side plate, definitely dirty. Whew. A lot of dirt in that bad boy. All right. One thing I don't think I have is something to knock the pin out with this. Does it just come right out? Oh, yes it does. Okay. Good. We can just lift that right out. Oof, boy. Look at the dirt and grime in that. Wow. All right. Are off. So we should probably get that bolt out of there. Now, the trick to getting the bolt out and put a nickel in there and then take it out so it doesn't retract on you, because it's going to be difficult. So that nickel keeps it pulled back. Now, I don't have a safety. If anybody knows where I can get a safety, please comment down below. I thought maybe I could get one at Numrich or Numrick. So we'll take the safety screw out too while we're at it. Okay, that's in there pretty good. There we go. Whew, she is dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. All right, and then we'll do the action screws next. Or the, I guess not the action screws, but the trigger guard screws. Find a new bit for that. That looks like it fits well. And they all seem to come out okay. Alright, there's the big one. Okay, one on the back. Ooh-wee. Yes, quite dirty. There's magazine release. And here is the barreled action. There are some markings underneath there. +1, there's a 20, there's a P, 7, 48B. Trigger's a mess. Take that out as well. There's still plenty of bluing underneath here, but it is cruddy for sure. And the stock appears to be in decent shape. Like I said, there's that one repair here which seems to have been mitigated, and there's another crack that looks like it's been repaired. So yeah, she should clean up nice. Stock's not in that bad a shape. There's a pin there. I don't see any major cracks under here. It's funny there's no AOI on this one either. Plenty of dents and gouges, but I don't see any Ethiopian markings on this gun, which is odd. This thing swivel off. This might prove to be a little bit tough. It'll all go in the pot for a boil. And like I said, I did make a little steam tower that I can put the barreled action in. and we'll get it cleaned up, do some scrubbing. These may be tough to get out. They may be tough to get out. Need a real thin rod blade here. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. That hurt. All right. Probably not the best way to do that. Let's try this again. Yeah, that's not coming. That one came. All right, well, I'm gonna go get a Band-Aid. All right, so I got a Band-Aid, and let that be a lesson. Don't do that because it hurts. But little known fact, that Cosmoline is a very good disinfectant, so you don't have to worry about it getting infected. I'm kidding, obviously. Still trying to work on this. Wax. Get it to move. Yeah. Thicker, it won't slip out so easily. What's that? All right. It's odd. Doesn't fit well. Yeah, that sucker ain't coming off. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. All right, I'm gonna give this thing a little bit of heat. See if we can get it to move. Clean it up a little bit. Boy, that's a stubborn one. There she goes. All right. Whew. All righty. When all else fails, put a little bit of heat on her. And get it done. Oh my, look at that. You never know what comes out of these things. Whew. She did heat up good. All right, so that's that. We will we'll get all these parts scrubbed down, get them in the steamer. Work on this stock a little bit. Just looks like a minor crack here. It doesn't go all the way through. This looks like it's, it's interesting. Small crack there, but there's nothing really to worry about. Other than that, the stock's in really nice shape. I'm not mad about it. These repairs seem to be fine. Certainly plenty of wear and tear on this old stock, but it's an old gun. All right, we're gonna get her done. We'll get the scrubbing. All right, guys, that's the disassembly. All righty, there is the fully disassembled gun. All the parts in there, and I like to get them all together in this bin so that I can catch any of the solvent that I'm using. And the solvent that I do use is obviously mineral spirits, a brush, and just pour some on, get everything nice and coated. I like to get a little mineral spirits in the channels there because that gives you a place to pick it up with your brush. And then I just get I do have two brushes. Got a brass one here that's kind of rough for the tough spots, but usually this does fine. And I just pick them up. Start scrubbing. This site was dirty. You can see it lifts it up pretty good. A rule of thumb too, don't forget that spring will come out there. Let's see, I got some stubborn dirt there, so I'll get the brass brush. And that'll pretty much break up all that gunk. And this takes a while, but it's worth it once you get it all cleaned up, for sure. Get all the cosmetic off of it. So we'll keep working at this, and next we'll see it. It'll be all cleaned up and ready to go into the steamer. All right, so finished scrubbing down with the mineral spirits. All the parts that I wanted to get cleaned, just get the cosmoline off, and you can see this barrel action is definitely rusty. There's a lot of rust there that needs to be attended to. So I've made a contraption that hopefully will convert all that rust. There's a lot more here too, on the trigger guard and magazine. And basically I get these little trays so that keep the parts that I am not going to boil, because all the screws look good, separated from the ones that I am going to put in the boil, because you can see there's a lot of rust on this stuff too. So, and that we have to keep covered. Don't have to worry about it spilling out and losing small parts. And then I also had the bolt disassembled over here. And these parts, I think what I'll do is just take some motor oil and a little bit of 4/0 steel wool, because they're not really that rusty. And most of this stuff is going to be in the white anyway, so I don't necessarily need to boil that. There's the bolt. It's there. And that is everything. So we will see you after the boil. I actually made this little this lid here with a flange, and I get some PVC pipe to go in between that and this lid, which will suspend the gun in the steam, boil it for about 45 minutes or so, and see how it comes out. So I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, we got our cooking there. And that's the apparatus. Got the ladder there holding it up so it doesn't tip. Basically, that's on the grill cooking. So let her stay for about a half hour and come back and see what we got. All right, well, she's out of the boil. And as you can see, it brought all that rust to the surface. Which is good. Now all I got to do is card it with some steel wool. And should be good to go. I already started on the trigger guard. You can see there was some rust there. And it's come out a nice pretty blue. So yeah, we'll keep going on this and then we'll show you the finished product after we get it all put back together. All right, see you on the other side. All right, so everything looks cleaned up and better than it did. Still see, probably could have used another boil, but you know, I'm not too broken up about it. It looks a heck of a lot better than it did. Stock came out nice. I'm gonna throw some tung oil on that. And the rest of the parts, there's still a little bit of oxidation here deep in there. I can't get out. I'm just gonna rub some oil on that and call it a day. It's not a big deal. But yeah, everything turned out nice. We're gonna get it back together. Side plates look good. There. We'll get everything oiled down, throw some tung oil in the stock, like I said, and we'll get it put back together. With the steel wool, boy, she breaks up. She sprinkles little steel fibers all over the place. But yeah. All right, we'll get it put back together and show you the finished product. All right, folks, there she is, the finished product. I did have to order a safety from Numeric, but it does operate as it should. And of course you have the Steyr marking there, OEWG. There's another marking in here, which I believe says 89 underneath the sight. See if I can get that for you. Get to focus, there it is. I'm assuming that might be 1889. Some more markings under the sight there. But yeah, the gun is in decent shape, as you can see. I did have a problem with this butt plate screw back here, so I also got another one of those from Numeric. It just wouldn't go all the way in, and I stripped it out. As you can see, really turned out nice. I'm happy with it. Bolts nice and smooth. The other side for you. And here's the other side. No AOI marking. I don't know if it was scratched out or what, because there are a lot of dents on this side. And then there's that repair. And that's it. That's the RTI Manlicher 8890. $199. And when we get to the range, we'll get a video of that for you. And until then, take care. God bless.